On some level, it's always been more interesting for people to hunt for their next meal than to cultivate the garden. And that's really the same analogy when it comes to communicating on a regular basis with our clients. You know, it's interesting in a recent survey that 97% of financial advisors said that their most important tactic for 2009 would be to build stronger relationships with their clients and communicate more. I'd like to do a survey mid-year this year to find out how they're doing with that. You know, there's a lot of reasons for the reluctance that we all have, especially with the last 18 months and what we've all gone through in this economy. It's hard to know what to say to our clients, and even if we do know what to say, it could change day to day. In fact, look at this headline from yesterday's Wall Street Journal. Historic overhaul of finance rules. Things are changing all the time, and we want to make sure that we look intelligent, that we're keeping up with the times when we talk to our clients. We're not always as organized about how we reach out to our clients on a regular basis. If you have a good client cultivation program, that means you've segmented your clients, you've identified the best compliance-approved communications that will appeal to your clients in a meaningful way. You've set up a database to track, and you're following up with them too to see how they're received. That's a lot, but it's important. But the one thing to keep in mind is this could breed opportunity for us because there are a lot of financial advisors that are not sitting on the same side of the table with their clients. They're not picking up the phone, they're not checking in. So because of that, they're vulnerable, and we are in an opportunistic position to talk to those clients. The other challenge is we're not always organized in our offices to reach out to our clients on a regular basis. If we have a good client communication strategy, that means we've segmented our clients, A, B, or C, or Tier 1, 2, or 3. We understand what's meaningful and how much we want to cultivate each of those segments. We've picked the proper communications to reach out to those clients for each segment. And we're also tracking our communications and the responses on a database. So that takes some organization. We're not always equipped to do that. We're feeling helpless too. Sometimes even if we're talking to our clients, we really are not sure that we can help them. And that's frustrating for us. Well, the thing about this, though, is that a lot of financial advisors are not talking to their clients right now. And that gives us some opportunity. If you're good at client communications and you can build a great client cultivation program, then you definitely have a leg up on the competition today. We have a lot of challenges, even obstacles, when it comes with communicating with our current clients. But that's really the lowest hanging fruit. That's where we're going to get our quickest sales and our best personal introductions. So we've got to do a great job. The first way to do that is to acknowledge we could do a better job and we should do a better job. We may think we're in touch with our clients on a regular basis because we send the occasional electronic message or a quarterly newsletter or perhaps a periodic postcard. But really, these methods are much too passive for these unprecedented times. We really need to elevate our levels of outreach. And we also need to elevate the methods we use to reach out to our clients. And one way to do this is to get more one-on-one interaction. More aggressive tactics that I would suggest for getting closer to our clients right now is to do things like have an annual review on a biannual basis. At least make that offer that because times are tight right now and you know people are in general concerned about their finances, you'd like to sit on the same side of the table with them twice a year at least rather than one time a year. And people can always turn it down, but they'll really appreciate the fact that you asked. In addition to an annual review, why not ask some of your clients if they'd spend 40 minutes with you to participate in a face-to-face top-tier client survey? This is a survey that would not only get to their satisfaction levels with the services and products that you're providing, but it would also ask them some questions that are relevant to their world. What is bothering them, keeping them up at night about the current situation? What are they excited about when they go to work in the morning? What charities are important to them? And by the way, those would be really important charities for you to think about supporting as well. Another thing we can do is leverage the information that we get from our corporate offices. This is great information that's put together by experts, and it's free of charge for us. So maybe we could take a second look at the article program, for example, and see if maybe taking 1 or 2 articles and writing a personal post-it note, sending it out to them, could really personalize that article and that experience and just remind people that we're thinking about them right now. Another idea is to return to the idea of client appreciation events, even something as simple as serving coffee and bagels at your firm or perhaps sending them to a client's firm. Just letting them know that you appreciate their business, you realize that different businesses are going through difficult times right now, and you are here to help them with any questions they may have. Finally, we can get back to doing some of the simple things that gave us a good reputation in the first place. For example, why not attend a baseball game of one of our clients' children? Or perhaps we could visit a person in the hospital that's been ill or maybe just had a baby. All of these things will really resonate that we were there in the good times as well as the bad times with our clients. It's really important to understand what's going on in the marketplace right now with our clients, and to do that we can develop some practice scenarios. For example, what would you say to a couple that might be nearing retirement but they're devastated because they've lost 50% of their money, their retirement funding, due to the economy right now? Or perhaps there's a business owner who has 1 child who wants to remain in the business but has 2 children that want to get out of the business because it's not making the revenues that it was making in the past. There's so many scenarios there that we should be studying up on, so that even if we don't have the exact solution at the moment, we can understand the situation and we can set the right tone for the next conversation. Lastly, keep your wits about you. Rise above the blame game. You're about good information, solid advice, and solutions. And people will see through that. And they'll also appreciate that you stayed with them through the good times as well as the bad.